Live on Tuesday, that's where we belong. Live on Tuesday while I sing my song. It's a good day for Tuesday. It's always fun. So tell me when we're ready and things have begun. Did you like my song, London? That was a very nice song.
Oh, there we go. 10 eyeballs. 10 eyeballs.
Hello, my crafty friends, and welcome to Tuesday Live. I just want to share something with you. I didn't get very much sleep last night because there's a cricket somewhere in my house. And, well, my husband thinks that's soothing and he feels like he's out camping. I feel differently about the cricket. So that will be my mission. As soon as it gets dark again tonight, I'm going to hunt it down, the cricket. Hopefully he's gone. So welcome, everybody. If you can tell us, yes, we can see you. Yes, we can hear you. Thumbs up. Remember, we have a super secret code here on Tuesday Live. If you're having a hot flash, throw up a flame icon. We can all feel that together. I did have someone tell me, put up a thing that I read that said, it's like your own personal summer. Yeah, it is. Okay. Are we ready to go? Colleen, are you here? Colleen, I think Colleen's with us today. Well, I have a few announcements. I'll tell you about them right now, and then I'll revisit them at the end for new people or people got here late. So first thing is it's a $10 Tuesday. What is available in $10 Tuesday? Side loader singles, which I didn't put in my group appropriately, and so I do not have an example of that. A side loader single is a 12 by 12 pocket that loads in and out the side. It's the name side loader single that goes on your scrap rack, or it also fits in your 12 by 12 binder. Why do people love the side loader single? Because it is a little bit heavier. I might see, is that a side loader single over there, London, right behind the pink craft and carry workstation? What is that? Oh no, that's a big pocket. There's one in my scrap rack, I know, but, maybe, well, don't worry about it. Anyway, 12 by 12 pocket, loads in and out the side, 3-hole punch. So it's gonna fit in your scrap rack. It's also gonna fit in your craft and carry binder or just your 12 by 12 craft binder, the plastic binder with the zipper. So they're a great place to store paper, protect paper, that kind of thing. I also know, so they're $10 today. Usually they're $15. So it's great, I think it's $14.99. Great day to pick those up. I also know people like to cut the bottoms off them and use them without the 3-hole punch in their paper storage boxes. So if you're looking for a paper pocket that's a little bit sturdier than our regular basic storage page, side loader single on special today. Only today, $10. What else is on special today for $10? Woo! I have scraps in my pop-up trash can. Pink pop-up trash can. If you've been waiting to get your hands on one of those, or you know somebody who loves pink and you want to get them a little gift, the pink pop-up trash can is on $10 Tuesday. The scrap rack dust cover. If you have a scrap rack, this is for a single base unit. You can put 2 of them together to cover that double base. It has magnets on the back that stick to the back of your scrap rack. And then it just covers light, dust, that kind of stuff. So those are on $10 Tuesday today. Also, some of you probably already got the email. I know it popped up in my email box. The Clear Lois tote. So if you weren't motivated by just needing a tote to take with you to the beach or the pool or whatever during the summer, the Clear Lois tote normally, I don't know, it's normally $14.99 or $19.99. It is on $10 Tuesday today as well. So that seems like a smoking deal. I hope I wrote that down right. $10 Tuesday. The other thing that's on special today is a bundle, Clear Lois tote, and 5 of our classic paper storage boxes and a set of paper storage box dividers. The discount on that bundle, the 3 things, is $21. So it's normally like $57 and it's like $36. I didn't write down all the numbers. I just wrote it's like over $21 off. Is that right? I feel like I'm giving You guys are really smoking deal on this. Okay, you're gonna have to check the website. I'm gonna put a disclaimer up. And say that
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I could be wrong. Welcome, Donna Jones. We're glad you finally made it live. Shani Fjosted, good morning from Las Vegas. Just finished a 4-mile walk for the 5-pound challenge. Woo! Way to go, sister. I skipped my workout this morning. I'm going to have to do it tonight. I'm going to post up and let you know that I did it. I'm feeling like some accountability there.
She's saving her energy for the cricket hunt.
She said, yes, I have to save my energy for the cricket hunt. Katie Lacey, hello from Yakima. I love my pop-up trash can. Katie Lacey in Yakima, my husband and I were just talking about a friend in Kennewick. For those of you who don't know anything about the geography of Washington State, those are two cities in, I guess they call them Eastern Washington, Central Eastern Washington. So welcome, Katie. We're glad you're here. Patty Pie Productions is a turquoise pop-up trash can the same color as the other turquoise items. In the picture, it looks like it's more of a royal blue. I'd like to get it, but I prefer the colors match. That is a great question. My turquoise pop-up trash can, Lundy Poo. Do you see a turquoise trash can over there tucked into something? I wonder where it is. I think
Probably deployed somewhere.
It probably is deployed somewhere. Sometimes my husband commandeers those things because he likes them in the camper. I believe it is. We can check that out though and make sure. I'm going to, there used to be a different color, verify blue color on pop up trash can. Boy, Colleen is on. She has a direct connection to email. Colleen, maybe you could email Meg Lidster and ask her if she could check that out. But I do have a turquoise one that is the same. London, maybe in that top section of the top corner section. Maybe that's only black up there.
Just black.
Okay, we're going to try and get an answer to you, Patty Pie Productions, before the end of the Tuesday Live today. We'll verify that one way or the other. And Fortato. Oh, wow. I need that bundle. Those paper holders are calling my name. It's a smoking deal. I mean, it's like getting the tote bag for free, right? So you're saving $21, or like getting the boxes free. They're normally $18. So if you're saving $21 on the bundle, you're getting something free. And that is as long as I'm giving out good information. If I wrote the information down incorrectly, I'm going to apologize right up front right now. But I believe that's the case. Okay, next up on my list of, okay, got all those things on my housekeeping list. Craft House on Saturday. Woo, woo. So Craft House after I did Craft House last time, I got all these messages from people saying, what is Craft House? And how do I get there? How do I watch it? Blah, blah, blah. So Crafter's Companion has all these wonderful TV programs that they air. They have studios in their warehouses, in their offices in the UK. They have all these wonderful programs. They're different. There's a launch program. There's Craft House, which is usually when they invite somebody else in to talk about their products and kind of focus on whatever friend they have in the house. And there's Launch Party. There's Cartload Sale. There's a bunch of different programs on Crafter's Companion TV. So if you just go to the Crafter's Companion website, you'll see the link for it. Maybe Colleen could put up a couple links in social media and in Facebook in our different groups and stuff over the next day or two so that you know where to find it. But it's just like watching HSN or anything like that, except it's all me for 2 hours with Joe this weekend. And Joe, if you've never watched Craft House with Joe Ramblance, he's very fun. Yeah, he's great. It's really, I'm looking forward to working with him. Even London, my son, is like, oh, we're going to work with Joe. That's awesome. Really fun. 2 hours. We just talk about totally Tiffany stuff, some great deals, and the vinyl roll organizer, which I'll talk about in a minute, and the hang and hold, which you all saw last week. I've got some attached to the front of my desk too. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that. Those are both launching the end of this week. So they should be live on the website Thursday or Friday of this week. And I got confirmation from, there's a discount on them for the launch. And that discount that you see when the product goes live on the website, so Thursday or Friday, will be the same discount that those products are during Craft House. So there's, I'm going to give you a sneak. There's the Hang and Hold collection bundle. That's on there. All the Hang and Hold stuff is going to be there. The vinyl roll organizer is going to be there. I'm trying to think what other little secret stuff is coming up. I think there's a buddy bag bundle, but it's really fun. Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. in the UK. So tune in, grab your coffee or your glass of wine or whatever it is that you like, sit down and watch Joe and I just have a good time. Now, the other programming that they have, there's like Craig's on there. It's more of a teaching thing. So if you want to learn something or watch them use a die or get all the tips and tricks on using a die, the nice thing about it, HSN is just a really short segment that we're in. But on Crafters TV, you get to see more. It's a longer segment and it's more instructional outside of, well, for me, I'm going to be there for 2 hours. You'd probably be tired of me after 2 hours. But yeah, you get to learn all kinds of stuff. So super fun, great all-around gig. Okay. But those products go live on the website. And when they do, it could be as early as Wednesday night or Thursday. Definitely by Friday, they'll be on the website. Whew, okay. Jenny says, hello from Ohio. All the TT products are essential in my craft room. Thank you. Colleen says she will send an email and ask if we can check on the color of that. Brenda says, good afternoon from Pennsylvania. I love my craft and carry workstation. Woo woo. I think I saw Cindy Sutherland loaded up with her craft and carry workstation going somewhere today, her pink craft and carry workstation in her clear tote. Very nice, or going somewhere over the weekend. Brenda says, I have one for crafting and one for work. I also found that both sets of Spectrum tri-blends fit in the Katie bag. You clever girl. I bet that would be a good fit for those. So if you're unfamiliar with Katie and you have, there's Katie. She's a tall girl. So I bet I'm just going to do that. Thank you so much. This is it. Let's see, where are my tri-blends? Here they are. So one set of tri-blends will fit in the Sarah bag. But, oh yeah, that's perfect, isn't it? They stand up over the top. Looky there. I'm just going to test it out. Sorry, I get sidetracked here. So if you have two sets of tri-blends, and you want to have them all in one bag, look at that. Katie is going to be your girl. Brenda, you're a rock star. Brenda gets the rock star award for the moment, for today. We might have another rock star pop up. For the moment, Brenda, you're it. Okay, so the Katie Buddy bag, two sets of tri-blends. I wonder if we could fit, in there the, my goodness. See what happens with a lack of sleep? Long markers, what are they called? Chameleon. I wonder if they would fit in there as well. I don't know how many colors Chameleon makes. If you're using Chameleon markers, let me know, and then we'll see. They might be too, I don't know, they might be too long. So another great use for the Katie bag. I'm going to make sure and get that up on the website. Katie, two sets of tri-blends. Ooh, I need to let Stephanie know that as well, because she loves the tri-blend markers and she's got the tri-blend markers on her site. And of course, we all know that the Katie bag is named after her daughter. Thank you, Brenda, for sharing that. Smarty Eva says, what shelving unit is in the background? I love the different levels. I need to organize my craft room like this. Probably the number one question I get asked. It is from IKEA. It is called Fjalkinge, and I think it's spelled Fjalkinge. If that is not it, it's something very similar.
One L or two L's?
It's either one, yeah. So we get asked about it all the time. I actually should have IKEA sponsor. They should sponsor Totally Tiffany. I had my husband drill some extra holes in it so that I could fit my shelves as close together, or really customize them. The holes that come with it are good though. There's a lot of holes in it already. It only comes with like 5 shelves, so I just purchased extra shelves, and they're metal. The shelves are metal, so like the edges of them, so they're not going to chip up or anything like that. So it's really a great, and it's been everywhere. I mean, it looks great. There's these little clips that hold it together, the shelves together, all that kind of stuff. So I'm super happy with it. It's IKEA, so it's good quality for the money, and mine have moved all over the country. So, well, not all over the country. They moved from Seattle to Arizona. Does that count as all over? Okay. Gay Foss says, celebrate my 64th birthday with you. Can't wait to finish Tiffany's My Crafts page. Happy birthday, Gay. Thanks so much for joining us on your birthday. So I'm so glad that you're here, and so glad that you think it's birthday worthy. I love that. So thank you for being here with us today. Bernadette Gray says, what are the best buddy bags to fill the IKEA Alex drawers? I think she means the Calyx drawers. And I don't know, maybe there are Alex drawers, I'm unaware. If it's the Calyx drawers, which the cube drawers that pull out, I don't have them. So if you give me some dimensions, I could tell you. And again, it's probably going to depend on what you, how deep they are and what you're storing. I will tell you one thing about are any of those boxes down there empty, London? The red, white, or red and white boxes?
I can see the handle.
Okay.
Well, I have your attention. Colleen has confirmed for us that it is teal, even though the pictures make it look more blue. It is in fact a teal.
Okay, confirmation on the pop-up trash can. It is the same color as all the other blue, turquoise blue or teal blue. The picture that they have, I think, is the old. When we first introduced the trash can, it only came in one color, and that was it. And I think they just use that because it's blue, but I'll ask to get the color changed on that
Also,
too on the website.
There are in fact Alex drawers. We are not talking about Calyx cubes.
Oh, I don't know what an Alex drawer is. So if you can send me the dimensions, I would say that you don't want to stack. I guess the dimensions, I'm happy to talk specifically about buddy bags, but if you can get vertical in those drawers instead of horizontal. There's a lot of choices. Whatever I would say, I just need to look at the dimensions. Maybe I will look at them after and sort of come up with some suggestions. Alex drawers. Sorry, I have to take notes or I'll forget what I'm supposed to do after. Those drawers look like they might be wonderful depending, there's different heights of them, but remember, if you're using buddy bags, you don't have to keep them on the shelf like I do if you have drawers. I don't have drawers anywhere. You can roll back the lids and just stand them up side by side inside a drawer, again, depending on the height of the drawer. It looks like the Alex drawers have a lot of variety of sizes, which is awesome. And then you can stand them up inside your drawer so you have access to everything. And it actually works as a drawer organizer, right, inside your drawer. And then if you want to take that collection of products with you, you can just pull it out of the drawer and throw it in your tote and get out the door with it. So one of the things I think people, when you look at, especially me, because this is always how I'm demonstrating them on the shelf, they do make awesome drawer organizers because they are designed around craft supplies. So you're getting the right width, height, depth, and all that kind of thing. So with the Alex drawers, if you're unfamiliar with them, as I was, London showed me a couple pictures. They come in a variety of different depths, which would be probably amazing for stacking buddy bags in. So I'm going to do some research on that, and I will get back to you. Okay. Okay, Sue Lillibridge says there are Alex drawers. Patty Pie Production says, thanks Tiffany and London. I'll be adding the turquoise pop-up can to my next order, and you're going to love it. I am telling you, the pop-up trash cans, it's such a silly thing, but they are so incredibly handy. I think I told you this. my mom has one. She knits. And she uses it to keep her yarn under control while she's knitting. So she'll throw her ball of yarn in there and, pull it out and knit, and it doesn't bounce around anywhere or whatever, but it's not, she doesn't have to have it in a knitting bag and pull it through the hole and all that stuff. She just has one or two. I've seen, I think, as many as 3 with yarn in them that she's pulling out and working with. So, like so many things, right? They work for a variety of different stuff. Okay, let's talk about your questions for this week. Debbie Hayes Goodall says, "Dear Tip, your programs are enjoyable, but you kind of talk fast. Also, you talk about so many different companies and products. It is confusing. What is a good way to introduce myself and figure all this out?" And then I met her at a show in Southern California in a booth years ago. And she says, you probably don't remember. And sometimes I do remember. She's right. I mean, I have met over the years probably hundreds of thousands of people after 20 years of doing scrapbooking shows. But I do remember a number of them, as long as there's some little story. Like if you shared something personal with me or something happened. My son, he also remembers some of the people from the show. So I'm going to tell you the little story he just said. But okay, let's go back. Let's go back to Debbie. A couple of things. One, thank you, Debbie, for sending me that message, because I totally appreciate it. I do talk really fast, and it's something that I get excited, and then you are absolutely right. And I need kind of just the occasional reminder, like, hey, focus on what you're talking about. Sometimes London will do it for me. He's like, Mom, you're kind of all over the place. When I first started teaching, I took some classes to become a better teacher. And one of the things, like, they described these different kinds of teachers. And one of the descriptions was the beach ball. And that was me, because I just bounce happily along from category to category, back and forth, wherever I get, where my brain bops along. So I have a little note at the top of my thing today that says slow down and focus. And I appreciate your feedback and sort of bringing me back to knowing that that's something that is something I need to work on and pay attention to. So I appreciate that. And you are right. It's something I do get kind of, my sister calls it spider webbing. We're talking about something and then someone says something else and I'm like, oh, look at this, look at this. Okay, so I'm going to try to stay a little bit more focused today while I'm answering questions. So you said, what is a good way to introduce myself and figure all this out? If there are other new people out there, the Get Organized Challenge group on Facebook, if you search Get Organized Challenge, Colleen can also put up a link to it. So on Facebook, there's a Scrap Rack page, there's a Totally Tiffany page, there's a Scrap Rack Organizers Club, which is a group. There's this, and there's a Get Organized Challenge group. I think those are 4 sort of social media, and then of course Instagram, Pinterest. But any one of those groups or pages is helpful. The Get Organized Challenge group is a very, very well-educated group of mostly women, I guess, of crafters who not only understand the Totally Tiffany products, but they understand how to use the products in the most efficient way. Most of them have taken the Get Organized Challenge. There's a couple of, gals that are on there very regularly, always helping other people. So the nice thing about getting on the Get Organized Challenge group, even if you're not taking the Get Organized Challenge, which the next one doesn't start till January, is that there's always somebody there that can answer questions for you and help you. So if you're thinking, oh, I need to organize my paper, I'm not sure the best way to start or what the best products are, there's somebody on there who's going to give you information about products, and they'll give you links to videos and downloads and all of those types of things. So you can really kind of just bite off a little bit at a time. Learn about paper, learn about embellishments, learn about dies and stamps, and that is probably the best way to do it. Our customer service, which is customer service at totally-tiffany.com, is a gal named Leanne Kopetsky who handles most of that, and she's incredibly knowledgeable about products and information as well. So for some reason, the Facebook group isn't answering, or you're not getting an answer from them, which would be crazy because
if Barb's internet goes down?
Yeah, if Barb Carlson's internet goes down or Terry Wiegand's internet goes down. But barring that, somebody's going to be there to help you. Or Cindy or Lisa Ruiz, anybody that's got a buddy bag named after them is on there. And willing, ready, and able to help. So that is the best option for the fastest information. However, customer service is also going to be very helpful, and Leanne will send you links and downloads and PDFs and whatever you need. If you can't find it anywhere else, she's our go-to gal. Right. Okay, so thank you, Debbie, for that. And for asking that question. It's a great question. We get a lot of new people. It is overwhelming. Where to start? What do I need to know? And I just can't. The Get Organized Challenge group is also, if you are new, one of the things that I've focused on for the 20 years that I've had this business is helping you get organized, helping you enjoy crafting more. That is my goal. Like if you feel overwhelmed and it's not fun to craft anymore, that is why I started this business. But when I say that and you get on the Get Organized Challenge, you don't have to buy any of my products, not one. You can use the theory, the philosophy, the process that we talk about, and use anything else. We even talk about other options. So don't feel like you're going to pop over to Get Organized Challenge group and it's just a big infomercial for Totally Tiffany. Obviously, most of the people there use TT products, but everybody's life is a little bit different. So our goal, I think collectively in the Get Organized Challenge group is to enjoy crafting more. And so those people, as well as myself, but there's 26,000 people in that group. So it's a little hard for me to answer everybody's question. Hello, thank you very much. Barb, Terry, Lisa, anybody else? I'm like going through the names here. Merle, any of you guys. So thank you so much for that. Okay, Bethany Appel says, hi, Tiffany. I had asked the question of what to store my Hunky Dory collection. I was not able to watch live last week and wanted to answer your question as I watch the live now afterwards and hope you could answer on tomorrow's live. The size of the cardstock inserts are A4, 8.5 by 11 3/4. So any of our 8.5 by 11 products fit A4, right? So A4 is taller and skinnier than 8.5 by 11. So all of our products are wide enough to hold 8.5 by 11, but tall enough to hold A4. So any of those things fit. So specifically the A4 pockets. Now A4, there's two main things there. There's the fab file and there's the paper handler. So the A4 paper handler, these are the pockets that go with the A4 paper handler. So these are vertical. So you might do stamps and dies in one pocket and then coordinating paper and accessories in the other. I don't know how big those kits are and how many pieces there are. So the A4 paper handler will work. The A4 fab file, so those are vertical. The A4 fab file is horizontal. Same thing. It's going to have pockets. The A4 8.5 by 11 pockets, tab divider pockets, this one happens to be empty, but it's going to be on a horizontal instead of a vertical plane. So depending on how much space you have, one of the other things we talk about, the fab file is a little bit narrower than the paper handler, but one of the things we're always talking about is how do you craft, where do you craft, who do you craft with? Flame. That will help you decide whether this is better or this is better. Now, the fab file has a lid on it, which makes it easier for traveling and dust also. The paper handler obviously has the pull-up handles. So, and I'm going to see something. I've not done this before. Crazy enough. So easy, not hard to travel with, just a different sort of concept. I'm going to pull my lowest tote here because I believe that these will fit this direction in your lowest tote. Oh yeah, plenty of room. So if you're taking them, you want to take collections with you, you could probably put 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 and maybe 5 of the A4 paper handlers in your lowest tote for travel. And then so probably 6 of the A4 fab file because it's a little bit narrower. So that's definitely what I would recommend. Now, if you could also use depending on what's in those kits and those collections, you could also use a mix up of, so this is the vinyl roll organizer. Let me find a pocket here. It's the right size. Okay. So this is the vinyl roll organizer. I use this over by my desk on the top shelf of my craft cart as a file box, but it will also fit the 8.5 by 11 pockets, and then you could mix and match into that. Where is it? I just had it. There it is. It's hard. Stuff is clear. Now the Kiwi Lane pockets are the same size as the pocket that comes with the vinyl roll tray. So, and they come in a variety of sizes. So if you're looking for something where you want to put your dies and stamps, dies in, paper in, or a pocket that has embellishments, I'm not 100% sure what's in that Hunky Dory collection. You could also use the big pockets for paper, and then the smaller pockets, these are the Kiwi Lane pockets. So if you search Kiwi Lane, or K, if you in the search box, if you put in KL dash, I don't know if that will work. You know what, ladies? I'm telling you. But then this would be easy on and off your shelf also. So you can label the front of it with each collection and then have all the individual pieces on there. So what I'm really interested in finding out from you, Bethany, is what you choose and seeing some pictures of it. I might have to order something from Hunky Dory just to have that. I'm going to write that down, actually. That's a great idea. Just to have that available. Because I'm thinking, depending on how you craft, you could even transport these in your Lowe's. So these do fit in the Lowe's. I think, again, you can get 5 of them in a Lowe's tote. So if you were going somewhere and you wanted to take 5 Hunky Dory collections, you could do 1 collection per thing, organize them by theme, holiday event, however Hunky Dory, however they come. I'm assuming that's the gig. So I should talk about this really quickly. Vinyl. Yes.
The Lowe's totes are $10 Tuesday.
The clear Lowe's totes, $10. Are they? Did you see that?
Yes.
Did Colleen confirm that?
Colleen did confirm that.
Oh, good. So I'm not giving out bad information. That makes me feel better. That is a great deal. I mean, I don't know if they're normally $14. I think they're normally $19.99 though. So that's like half price. Maybe Colleen, maybe could you confirm that as well? Because if it's half price, maybe I'll order one.
But even if they are normally $14.99, that means if you buy 3, you're getting the third one completely free.
Well, that is a good point. And I know Terry Wiegand and her crafty buddies buddied up when the Triangle Traveler came out, and they all ordered together. So they saved some shipping, and Terry ordered a couple for herself and some for friends and all that kind of thing. So there's those kind of options as well. Okay. Vinyl roll organizer, been out of stock. We've been waiting for it to come back in. Used to come 6 boxes, 6 pockets, and 30 of the rollers. Now comes 1 box, 1 pocket, and 6 of the rollers. So you can order as many or as few as you need to have the set. So the sleeves, for those of you who are unfamiliar, the vinyl roll sleeves, that is the thing that holds your vinyl in a roll after, now I have to roll it up a little bit, after you open it. So it'll keep it, you don't have to use tape, you don't have to worry about it getting bent or any of that stuff. You can roll up your scraps, put them in the middle or put them on the outside. I like mine on the outside so I see them, but big scraps on the outside, and then the pocket is where you're going to hold your small scraps. So you're going to get up to 6 rolls of vinyl in each of these. So it's a no-brainer for vinyl, right? You might have, or foil, vinyl or foil, anything that's rolled up actually is going to fit in there. Your sleeves are 11 inches long, and that makes it easy for you to get the in and out, right? You have this little part of your vinyl that you can grab. If you're using shorter vinyl, right, you just have scraps, maybe only have 4 inches of vinyl left, but you want to roll it up still, you can just cut your sleeve. So if you want to do, whatever you need, if you have that shorter vinyl, people ask me, what do I do? It gets stuck in the tube. Just cut the sleeve to the right length, and then you'll have 2 sleeves for your shorty stuff. So you'll be good to go there. So obviously it's going to work no problem for vinyl. You're going to store your vinyls, heat transfer vinyl, repositionable, sport level. There's different types and styles and, temperatures, all those. So in terms of storing that, what else can you store in this? Almost anything. I mean, these are, well, those of you who have seen the slider line that's coming out, Slide Stash and Store, that's coming out, I think, next month. I mean, the vinyl roll organizer was the motivator for that because I started using them all over the house and realized I needed wider, narrower versions of it. But vinyl roll, great for anything crafty. So this is like, I'm a journal junkie, right? So you can see that's loaded with journals. One of my favorite uses for the vinyl roll organizer are punch boards and all the accessories, right? So your punch boards have all these little bits and pieces that fall off. They're not flat, they're hard to store. You've got all your things. Some of them come with instruction booklets or specific papers, like I have the flower one with the flower stems and all of that. So all of those things are gonna tuck in. This happens to be a scoreboard, but all those things are gonna tuck in there, label the front. You'll be able to have access to all of your We Are punch boards. You're gonna love it. Okay, just took this down. So here, this is one of my vinyl roll organizers. I use it to roll up my craft mats to keep them rolled up as well. So they don't get any, before mine would end up flattened out like that. They'd be lumpy when I first rolled them out, or unruly, or I had to tape them or whatever. Use your vinyl roll organizer for that. Okay. Maybe this is what Debbie was talking about when I just get going so fast. I'm gonna try to take a little break. Okay, so the vinyl roll organizer is, there's this one with all the flower stems in it. That one's We Are. I'm trying to see what else. That was also punch boards. This one has 12 by 12 foil quill vinyl in it. I've got small rolls. I should probably do this. There's a. I also cut my pockets. Things like this. This is foil quill. They're hard to store because they have the cords. They get all tangled up. You don't want to put it in its own buddy bag because that's going to take up too much space. So I cut the bottom and taped it. I was going to see if you could kind of see that. You know those gift boxes that are kind of oval at the end and you fold in the flaps and it creates kind of a little, I don't know, gusset or whatever? That is the same fold that I used on the bottom of this. I just oval cut it, notched it, tucked it in, and then I just taped it. And now I can take my foil quill, if I'm not using it here, my hang and hold, and I can put it in there. You can store your rolls of foil. And again, as I mentioned, you can cut them so they're shorter. So this one's shorter. So if I had the little skinny rolls of foil, that's what was in this. Now they're in one of my other demos, but I've got these short little pockets for that as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you're going to be able to use the vinyl roll organizer and the sleeves. Also, if you don't use big fat rolls of wrapping paper, they also work great for wrapping paper. So all kinds of options for your sleeves once we get those back in stock. So, but this is a box foil, tall foil, short foil, and your 12 by 12 foil. And then I have this whole kit, Heidi Swap foil kit, that I have everything for that right here in the VRO as well. You are also, VRO, vinyl roll organizer box. They also work great for, help me out here, Scrap Masters, right? You can stand up your Scrap Masters in them. You can stand up your, the side loader single pockets that are on special today, $10 for the pack of 5 of those. Those are going to fit in there. So anything that's within the 12 by 12 sort of concept range is going to fit in there and create that slider for you. So especially if you have open shelving where you're pulling things in and out, you're going to love the vinyl roll organizers, not only for vinyl, but for so many other things. And like I said, that led me to creating the Slide Stash and Store, which you guys are, most of you have seen this already. But so these are just different sizes, same concept, so that you can slide products on and off your shelf so that you're not reaching back and knocking everything over trying to get to that glue or that paint that's on the back of the shelf. These are also going to be amazing in a drawer, as a drawer organizer for craft supplies as well. Just being able to segment off the different widths and sizes of your craft supplies. So you guys are going to, I know you're going to love those, not just for crafts, but all over your house. I'm going to geek out right here for a minute, but you know, when I showed those to you before, when we first did the first sneak peek on them, it is the easiest possible solution for organizing your cabinets, for organizing your, you know, the chemicals under your sink in the kitchen, the products under the sink in the bathroom, things that are all the way in the back that you have to like dig through to find, where you just slide them out, grab what you need, slide the box back in. It's sillily simple. It is the easiest. I mean, for all the years that I have struggled with under the counter organization, all the different things that I've tried bins. When you put a big bin under there and you pull the bin out, everything in the bin falls over unless it's totally packed in there tightly. And then there's all different heights and things in that bin. So you start pawing through to find what you need. I've tried the ones with the handles. I've tried the things you install and you pull out like a drawer, and all the things in that drawer thing tip over because they're metal bars. You're going to love it. Okay, sorry. I'm back on track. Focus. Okay, Kelly Lenhart says, have you discontinued the 6x6 fab file? No, we have not. I can't find them anywhere, and I desperately need at least 2 to 3 more boxes to store my 6x6 background stamps and tailored expression stamp and stencil sets. We may be out of stock on them on our website. Check Stephanie Bernard. They're not discontinued. So they may be out of stock everywhere, but I doubt it. So look on the stampsoflife.com. That's Stephanie Bernard's website. She gets priority on stuff like that because she primarily works in 6x6. So we try to keep her, if we have stock, we try to keep it, at least keep her stocked in the US. If you're not in the US, that could be a different problem. Scrapbook.com also carries the full range of Totally Tiffany products. So if it is in stock in the US, they will probably also have it. So one of those two websites, if you're US based. If you're in the UK or somewhere else, then sadly you just have to wait for it to come in. But I did in my meeting this morning, I have a recap meeting every Tuesday morning before this, where I kind of get the scoop on what's happening. There are a ton of products arriving at the port in the UK for UK warehouse delivery over the next 3 to 4 weeks. We have container after container after container rolling in. So hopefully you're going to find all of those things back in stock on our website. But very happy for you to shop with Stephanie Bernard or with scrapbook.com. So if they have what you need, please do. I just want you to be able to get your hands on it. So wherever you get it, that's awesome. Here we go. Answer here. There was a question last week about dilution stamps. The rubber stamps fit in the 8x8 fab file box. I put mine in folders. I think I can store about 10 sets per box. So if you're looking for if you're looking for dilution stamps, the 8x8 fab file is the solution for 8x8. For dilution stamps, 8x8 fab file. Thank you. I think Colleen answered that for me or tested her own thing. That's great. Kathy Ty says, hi, Tiffany. I want the Nancy bag so bad, but I want it in TT pink. Do you have any plans for it coming out in pink anytime soon? I do not. However, I will bring that up again. We're hoping as we go forward to be able to introduce things in more colors, that we have some limitations about being able to do everything in 4 colors all the time, but really hoping that we get closer to being able to do at least smaller quantities of those extra colors. But I will bring it back up with the powers that do the ordering for stock at Crafters Companion. We'll see if we can get that done for you. Anita McLary says, are you in the works to create a buddy bag that will fit the close to my heart stamp envelopes, perhaps 6 3/4 by 6 3/4 by 12? Short answer, no. But I am working on something with Stephanie that would probably fit that. So I will. London's shaking his head. He's like, "You're not supposed
Your
to." Your
youngest son just texted me and said Tim Tucci is watching. He'd like to shout out.
Hi, Tim Tucci. Thank you so much, Tim, for watching. Totally Tiffany, Totally Tuesday. Tim and Ashley are good friends in Washington, and when I first started doing a lot of live broadcasting stuff, they would always pop on to be supportive. So, Tim, someday you're going to be a crafter, and I'm going to get you sucked into all this. Say hi to Ashley, and I'm glad that you're out there today watching. And so here's my son's friend, good friend watching. Where is my younger son? Why is he not taking his lunch hour to watch Totally
I don't know.
Tuesday?
He usually calls us right about
I know.
now anyway.
He usually calls in the middle of the Tuesday live. It's very funny. Okay. So Anita, I'm working on something for you. I think a buddy bag is a good idea though. So that may be sooner than later. Ruth Williams says, can you make a 12 by 12 cardstock file box like the die file box? Well, if you must know, there is something similar that how much would you pay for that? How much would you pay for, this is one of the problems. You guys can all chime in right now. When we buy craft supplies, even if you love organization, it's more fun to buy pretty things. Inks, chalks, pens, paper, embellishments, trendy things or things that go with what's happening in your life. Those are like far more exciting than buying storage items, right? I mean, I'm not discounting how we like our rooms to look and all of that, but really when it comes right down to it,
it's more fun to buy shoes than the rack.
Yes, well, good point, Lennon. It's more fun to buy a new pair of shoes than it is to buy a rack to store them on. Excellent. That's the same sort of thing, right? You need the rack, but the shoes are more fun. So when I look at creating things, especially things like the die file that are more expensive, that are heavier, that are a little bit more like lifetime furniture than just a simple craft organizer, the price starts to chunk up. And so finding that happy medium of how do we make this file box, which is actually something that we're working on, and also make it affordable. So it is in the work. There are some prototypes in the works. What would you pay for a box that would hold, let's say, a wooden box that would hold, or maybe metal even, that would hold cardstock? That's probably going to be 700 sheets, 500 sheets cardstock, 700 sheets of cardstock. It probably won't be portable. Is that important? This is your opportunity, my crafty friends, to tell me what's important and why you would spend more on a box instead of buying a $10 paper handler. Is it the way the aesthetic looks in your room? Do you want it to close up? What do you want? Like what? Because there is something in the works, but really we get to things that are cost prohibitive. The die file is a great product. It's a lifetime product. It's never going to wear out. It's never going to break, but it's also $100, right? So it's great for, I think primarily people use them for all the time dies. And then they use the less expensive things for, oh, these are just Christmas dies. These are, certain, themes, holidays, events, but my alphabets and my nested dies and all those are going in the die file because I'm always pulling that out. So tell me, share with me here or even later on Facebook if you want to put up a post and think about it, or send an email to customer service at totally-tiffany.com and it'll get to me as well. Tell me your thoughts on that and where you see the value is, because a lot of things that I would love to do really come down to affordability, and is that where you want to put your money versus buying more shoes?
It's easy to spend $150 on shoes, but to drop $150 on the shoe rack.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So, okay. So definitely it's something we're working on, Ruth, though. Anne Glubinski Wells, Ann Wells, going to shorten that up, sorry. Will my big shot fit in the lowest bag to carry to crops? What is the best way to store and carry my big kick with my dies and embossing folders? Carol, I asked for dimensions. So Carol Rabin is asking those questions. I don't have that equipment. Our battery's starting to fade.
Your battery's about to die.
Oh, my battery's about to die. So hang on, everybody. Hang on.
And we're back.
And we're back. Did everyone notice London got a beard trim? Looks very nice. Very nice. Hey, I also just want to say, or I guess London wants to say, something to Barb Carlson, if she's on today.
Oh, yeah. Let me come over that.
Sorry, we're just interrupting her.
On camera. Thank you for reminding me. Barb, I just wanted to say thank you. The card you sent me was very nice, and I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun being here with you guys for Tuesday Live. I'm not going to be able to do it much longer, but
no, London's going back to work in a real
it was very
kind
job. Of you.
So, yeah, so you got a great birthday
Mm-hmm.
card from Barb Carlson here. So, and he got a beard trim, birthday beard trim, birthday card. It's all good. Deborah Dickerson says, can you clear up the relationship between Totally Tiffany and Crafter's Companion? I registered with CC early in 21, but I don't think I've gotten credit for my purchases. Is there a number to call or an email? Do you get CC credit when you order from CC? It ships from overseas sometimes. I may think of more, but I'll hush now. Someone else may ask them. So the TT website, the Totally Tiffany website, and the Crafter's Companion website should be married. So what she's talking about is Club Inspire. If you're unfamiliar with Club Inspire, you definitely want to sign up for that, because that every time you make a purchase, you get points, and then you get special deals and early access to things and all kinds of great things. And as you accumulate points, you get different like status levels. So you go from, I think, bronze to the top one, which is, I want to say platinum, but I may have that wrong. I seem to be having some trouble like keeping thoughts today, and I think it's because of the cricket that kept me up all night. Okay, so as you accumulate points, you go up in status, and that gives you different discount levels and different shipping discounts and all those kind of things. So you definitely want to join Club Inspire, even if you don't shop all the time on Totally Tiffany or with Crafter's Companion, because each of those increments add up, and you definitely want to get to those other levels, and you definitely want to get the special deals that are offered for Club Inspire members. And all that information is on the website, and I will ask Colleen to put a couple of posts up through the week about Club Inspire that just are links, so you can go and learn everything about Club Inspire and register. I think occasionally they pop up in social anyway, but yes, they're married together. So your Club Inspire points should count whether you shopped on Totally Tiffany or whether you shopped on Crafter's Companion. If you don't think your points are accurate, there could be a couple of different reasons for that. If you registered with 2 different emails or have 2 different accounts that way, something like that could interrupt your points getting added together. And I'm absolutely sure there's a way that if that is the case, or if there is some other problem where your points aren't getting added, and it doesn't matter that it's UK or US. That doesn't matter. It's all one big happy bundle of points. But you could email customer service at totally-tiffany.com, and then Leanne will either be able to check into that for you, or she will be able to connect you with someone who can help you with that. Also, customer service at Crafter's Companion. I'm assuming that that's the same, that's the email. Maybe, again, Colleen, sorry. And I'm sure there's a contact us or a help option on the Crafter's Companion website also. But definitely don't hesitate to reach out to Leanne, customer service at totally-tiffany.com, and she will be able to tell you what you need to know. But everything should integrate together, so it doesn't matter which site you're shopping on. you should be able to collect your Club Inspire points, and you should also be able to use them and your points level and all the little benefits that come with that on either website. So definitely please check in with customer service and make sure you don't want to miss out on any of the goodies, especially as you go up the ladder in status, bronze, silver, gold. You get bigger and bigger discounts, and you get some shipping specials, and there's all kinds of like things within the levels. And another really cool thing, so when you see that, I think the highest level, you have to get 1,500 points to be at that highest level. And $1 spent equates to 1 point. But don't freak out because you're like, $1,500, that's a lot of money. I think you get 200 points for signing up. So that's that. There's all these different promotions where you'll get a double points day or a triple points day that'll really elevate you that way. There's different items where they say this week, if you buy, scrap rack, everything for scrap rack is double points or an extra 50 points or whatever it is. So there are all kinds of ways to build points besides just purchases. So when you look at the 1,500, the first time I looked at that, I was like, whoa, that seems steep. And then when I was getting educated, Meg was like, no, you don't have to spend, that's not the only way to get points. So keep that in mind. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Joyce says, I love the 2, 4, and 6 drawer storage and supply cases and how you demonstrate stacking them for easy access. My current challenge is storing my Stampin' Blends alcohol markers. I have some of the earlier version Stampin' Blendabilities as well. Currently a total of 92. What's your suggestion, please? I don't know what that is. A Stampin' Blend marker. London just walked out of the room where I'd have him pull it up on the internet so I can see. I'm wondering if that's what Eileen Hall's line is called. So if anybody knows that and they can pop that up, that would be great. Barbara Carlson says hi to London, and Carol Ann Hanley, hi Carol Ann, says we'll miss you, London. I'm going to miss London too. You want to hear something kind of funny, little personal aside? Once your kids, especially boys, right? They go to college, they're finished, they move out. There's not a lot. Girls are better, I think, about talking to their moms and that kind of stuff. My younger son, Max, is a little bit better at calling. I'll hear from Max maybe once a week, sometimes twice a week, depending on what's going on in his life or whether he needs to get a stain out of his favorite shirt or whatever. But London almost never calls. So I said to London, hey, I talk to your brother once a week. Why don't you ever call me? And he goes, Mom, I see you every Tuesday. When is the last time you saw Max? Right? It was just super funny. His whole right, I guess you're right. I do see you. You don't need to call me. I see you every week. All right. Okay. Rhonda Dorr says, I would say something I'm missing. I would say something in the, for the paper storage box, something in the $50 range. Okay, good. Perfect. All right. Gotta get my head back in the game. Deborah Spencer says, you will definitely be missed, London. Thank you. Diane Riley, London looks good. I know the beard trim is very nice, isn't it? Jennifer Barger says, Stampin' Blends are from Stampin' Up. Okay, so I wondered then, are they the same length as like a tri-blend marker? Because if they are, I may have already answered your question on that. You may be able to get quite a few of them, compliments of our suggestion from, gotta go back, give credit where credit is due. Who told us about the Katie bag? Oh, maybe it popped up in here. You may be able to fit them in the Katie bag as well. So remember, one of the things about markers is when you want to store them flat, if they're in a buddy bag, you can stand them up to use them for access, but you can store them flat either on the side or their back, depending on the space that you have. And then there's thing. So if you have, Jenny, if they are the same length as a tri-blend, which is, I should know that by heart, but I don't. A tri-blend is 20 centimeters, which is also 8 inches. You could store a veritable plethora of them in a Katie bag, but they also might then store well in the Sarah bag. So if you want to, I think Sarah holds 24. So if you wanted to keep them by color groups or something like that, you might, a couple of Sarah bags together or a Katie or two would be the perfect solution. I'm also thinking, I'm trying to think what's coming next. Like if you want to be able to stack things up. No, I think because you did mention the storage and supply cases. So the 6 drawer stacked would probably be the best solution for markers if you want to have that kind of accessibility versus something like this. Vonda says, Tiffany, I had to buy 2 scrap racks because the extra base is out of stock. Can I buy the piece that holds the 2 bases together somewhere? Can you make that an item to help me, please? Thank you for always thinking of new things. Vonda, please reach out to customer service at totally-tiffany.com, and we will definitely just send you one of the connectors to connect your bases together. Now, with that said, I don't know if you watched the thing we just did with my sister and redid her craft room. She had 6 bases. She's down to 4. She's never going to move hers. Never. It's never going to happen. I connected hers with zip ties. So I just used, that's what they're called, zip ties, twist ties, zip ties, yeah. I just used the zip ties and I fed them through one hole and through the next. Now here's the trick to it. You've got your 2 bases like this, and you've got the hole where you're gonna wrap the piece that has the Velcro if you go with that. You have to put that on there when they're empty because you need to tip it on its back and feed that fabric through, okay? When you're using zip ties, you can just take off the spinders to the left and right and feed one through. You still have to separate them and then feed the other length of zip tie through because they're longer. And I think I put 4 zip ties in each of the bases as they were connected together. So you're gonna need multiple zip ties, but if you want permanent or semi-permanent, you can always cut the zip ties off and replace them. You can use zip ties. If not, just please reach out, customer service at totally-tiffany.com. Tell Leanne. Tiffany said you would just send me one, and Leanne will make that happen because that is the kind of magic she's able to work. So I'm sorry that you weren't able to get the base because you're right. If you just buy the expansion base, it comes with that connector piece. Maureen Adams Talley says, I have so much paper. I tend to buy so many different things to organize it. Not all works, but if the item works, I like it to look nice. I would like the wood better than metal. Price range, I think anything with a price range from $35 to $50. All right. Lisa Hall says Stampin' Blends are 6 inches long. So for 6 inches long, you can probably use the Deborah Buddy bag then as well. And maybe Denise is your girl. Here's Denise. She's got a lot of markers in there. Again with the measuring tape. 15.5 centimeters, 6 inches. So you could definitely use Denise as well. If you're unfamiliar with Denise, she's got 3 boxes, which is why, if you just put a few markers in a big thing like this, they'll tip over. That's why we have 3 boxes in Denise, because it keeps everything straight up and down. So I would definitely consider that for your Stampin' Blends as well. And again, you can store it this way so they stay flat and also visible and also portable. All those amazing things. Okay. Jody Sargent, any idea when the paper cart top and A4 paper handlers will be in stock? Will triple play scrap rack pages be back, please? Okay, a paper cart top. I asked about that last week. James Christie is stock manager. He's on it. He's tracking that down. He will, as soon as I know something back from him. He was on vacation, but he said he would look into it for me. I will let everybody know what the status is on that. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you can't get one, the carts are kind of a weird thing because We don't always do them. We tend to do a big run of carts, have them on HSN, have them available until they sell out, and then we don't have any carts or accessories until we do them again. So if you, Lundy Poo, can you give me the top off that cart right there? It's got some stuff on it. If you just, I'm going to tell you something. Depending on how handy you are. I've got some things on my thing. I've got some things on my thing. So some things are probably going to fall off. Some things are on there with magnets, but my letters are not. I'll pull those off right now. Okay. So if you go to the hardware, if you buy a piece of wood, the right size and shape for your top, and you go to the hardware.
Which is what? What is the right, while we're here, what's the right size for my top? I
would say to go 13 by 24 or 25 for the top, okay? Because that way, that way you can put, these are the 12 by 12 magnetic sheets. So even if you're using wood, you can put the magnet sheets on top of it and have a magnetic design tool on your top, right? So the magnetic tool sheets stick to the metal, but I think you could just glue them to your wood top and have a magnetic top that was lined with the 12 by 12 magnetic sheets. So, so I would say at least 13 by 24, but better 13 by 25. So you have a little bit of more edgy to work with. Okay, go to the hardware store. And in the, I should probably try to find this. I know they sell them at Ace. The clamps they're usually C-shaped. I think they sell them for mops and stuff, but they're in with all the rest of the fasteners. And you can just screw those 4 clamps, buy 4 clamps. They come in a variety of sizes, so make sure you get a size that's going to fit on your bar. And there are different different carts, right? There's 2 different craft carts, and then there's the paper cart. So you want to make sure that you're getting the clamps that fit on your bar. This is what I did when before I designed this. That's exactly what I didn't do it. My husband did it. I bought every size that they had to make sure that I was going to have the size with me so I could do the project. And then I returned the ones I didn't need. And just screw them on, right? Super simple. So you're going to screw them onto the wood, and then you're going to have the top that you need. So even if we don't come out with another top, with a metal top, which I would absolutely love to sell to you, but I absolutely want you to have something that works right now, and that is the way to get it. So if you want to get a top for your cart, that's it. You can do it out of anything. I would suggest just kind of the better quality shelving that's I think it's called melamine coated or something, rather than, you don't want to use anything that's got any like plywood or something like that that's kind of bumpy. You want something really smooth, and then just cut it, glue your top onto it, your magnetic design boards to the top of it, add your clamps to the bottom. Bob's your uncle. You are ready to go. Here's my solution, but I still will stay on it. I'm not giving up, but I'm stay on it. Okay, A4 paper handlers. I believe A4 paper handlers are one of the things that are on their way now, so we should be seeing those in the next couple of weeks. Again, you may be able to find those with Stephanie Bernard or with scrapbook.com right now, but they should be back on our website, hopefully sooner than later. Will the triple play scrap rack pages be back in stock? No, they will not. However, if you have a heat tool like the We Are fuse or something like that, you can take your 12 by 12 scrap rack pockets and you can create any pocket configuration you need or want, which is nice because the triple play is for those of you who don't know, it's like a border pocket. It's got 3 long, like probably 4-inch by 12.5-inch long pockets for borders and that type of thing. But we're not going to make it anymore. I say that. I'll double check. I believe that's one of the things that's been discontinued. But you can take your fuse tool and your 12 by 12 pocket, and you can custom create any size pockets you want using the scrap rack page base, and you just melt them together. There are some tricks to that. There's a video on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, that will show you how to create those pockets, because you want to make sure that you cut your flaps before you seam things, because otherwise you won't be able to cut your flaps. Also keep in mind that you can go, the triple play pocket is horizontal. You could also seam your pockets vertically depending on what you're doing, and then use the top flap that's already there. So there's a lot of different ways to skin that cat. But there is a video on YouTube. And again, throwing it back to Colleen to see if she can post that on the Totally Tiffany page or repost it, and on the Get Organized Challenge page as well. So if you want to customize your pages, the fuse tool, there are other heat tools. I think like a wood burning tool on low, but there's a lot of tricks to doing it, including using, you know, some sort of heat protection on your table, a self-healing mat, that kind of thing. So take a few minutes and watch the video, and you'll be able to create whatever pockets that you need or want, or a variety of them. Ann Wells says, I am not able to join you on TT Live as I already have a commitment Tuesday at noon, but I do watch your replays. What other scrapbooking products besides the specialty markers would you suggest for the Stephanie Buddy bags? I really enjoy all the TT items I have purchased. So I'm guessing, what other besides specialty markers would you suggest for the Stephanie? I'm guessing you mean the Sarah, not the Stephanie. They came out at the same time, but Stephanie is the ink pad bag. Stephanie. Oh, there's all my 8 drawers. So this is Stephanie ink pads. She also works for paints. And then Sarah is this one that I just emptied all of my tri-blends out of. So this bag is pretty unique to tri-blends because it has this little stair step bottom that goes in there, right? So it comes in a little box when you buy it. And that's what gives you that sort of elevated stadium look on your Sarah, on your tri-blend markers. You don't have to put it in there. If you have long, skinny things like chameleon markers, or maybe some long tools or that type of thing, those work great in the Sarah bag as well. And also, think about things outside of your craft room. So it's, if you have one, I'm assuming you got the bag, but you don't need it for tri-blends, or you don't have tri-blends, you're wondering where else you can do with it. I would think about things outside of your craft room. I know, one of the things we talked about when we talked about the hang and hold was using it for picnic supplies. So I use, not the Sarah bag, but the Terry bag for napkins and silverware and straws and that kind of thing in my picnic pack that goes in my car or in the camper. But you might be able to do something similar like that. So I'm just kind of looking around here in my, what might be a good fit without the stadium, just within arm's reach here. And again, depending on what kind of crafter you are, I'm a journal junkie, so my skinnier journals are going to fit in there. Traveler's journals, it looks like, are a good fit as well for that. I'll put some thought into it and see what I might be able to post up, because it's great when there are multiple uses for things like that. So here we go. Okay, and then she had one more question. One more question. Does the craft cart apron fit both the paper cart and the shorter cart that goes under the craft tables? No. The craft cart apron only fits the carts that go under the I shouldn't say that. You could probably get it on there, but it's not designed for that, like feeding the straps around and stuff. The paper cart is taller, so it's going to be short on the paper cart. I will attempt.
They're different widths, aren't they?
I don't know. That's what I was just thinking.
I think they're a little bit different widths, so if you try and stretch the apron on that around this, it's not going to make it to the front.
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't have, the paper cart aprons have a lot of more play in the Velcro because they're kind of designed to expand out more. But the craft cart aprons don't have that.
Join us next Tuesday live to find out.
Join us next Tuesday for that. I'm going to attempt to use the craft cart apron on a paper cart. I spelled paper with 3 P's. That's interesting. Okay, here we go. All right, I think that's a wrap for questions that I've got. What else do I need to tell you all? Let me make sure we don't have any more questions popping in. Lee Whitford says, I really like that TT products can be used throughout the house. Absolutely. And when you come up with a great idea for a TT product, please share it with us. Get on Facebook. Get Organized Challenge Group is a great place to do that as well, to share those kind of ideas. I know it's a little bit harder to post to some of the other pages, but Marilee Hines says, Marilee from Missouri, getting unpacked from moving and my craft room is all that is left. Totally Tiffany is my go-to for organization needs. Thank you so much, Marilee. I hope you'll share a picture of your craft room, kind of the before and after with us. We all love that. Everybody loves before and after. Kim Nesbitt Edwardson says, what bag would be good for Chalk Couture's chalkboard cleaners? They are 3.5 inches round and 1 inch thick. And Lundy Poo, I think, let me make sure that I know. I think I have it over here. I was going to ask you to get me something, but I think she's talking about the round white pads, 3.5 by 1 inch. I bet that's going to be, depending on how many you have of them, you could definitely use the Sue bag. Oh, Sue, where are you? Here's a Sue bag. So this is Sue. And Sue is, I believe, 4 by 4. So your 3.5 is going to be good by 7. So you could use Sue. If you had a ton of them, you could also use Leanne. So Leanne is longer. I had a bunch of Chalk Couture stuff in a Leanne bag. That was where I was storing all my tools and such for Chalk Couture. So Leanne is quite a bit longer. You can't see because I left my thing here. So if you have a bunch of them, then Leanne would be a good choice. But if not, Sue is going to be a great match for that. Sharon Thompson Wright says, is there an updated spreadsheet showing the dimensions of all the buddy bags and suggested uses? Oh, Sharon, that is a great question. And I know Katie King used to create those wonderful spreadsheets for us, those grids. I know that Meg is working on it. If you're unfamiliar with the product grids for buddy bags and we have them for buddy bags and scrap rack pages and paper handlers for almost every group of products. It's a little spreadsheet that says what the bag is and what the dimensions are and what we know fits well in it and how many. There's also some of that information on the website, but the grids are very easy to work with. So I know that Meg is working on updating all of those because we've done so many new products. I will follow up. And as London said before, join us back next Tuesday, and I will have some updated info for you. My goal, I know Meg's goal, was to get those done before the 12-week challenge started. So the 12-week challenge starts first week of September, and hopefully we're going to have those done. Knock on wood. Okay. Carmen Morales Stillwagon. Which bag do you recommend for the blender brushes? I have about 24. When you're talking about blender brushes, I'm thinking it's these lovely things. Oh, they feel so nice. These are all clean ones, right? So life-changing brushes, blender brushes. You have about 24. Do you want them to stand up? in the bag, or do you want them? So these work great in the Triangle Traveler bag. And if you have a bunch of them, you could store them in the Triangle Traveler. And then when you use them, you could put them in those back pockets in the Triangle Traveler. So that's a great option for them. If you just want them all in one bag, the Sue bag right here is going to be a great fit for those as well. And you're probably going to be able to get all of them into one Sue bag. Should I? I have another thing. I'm working on another thing that might work well for these. I just got the first prototype. I probably shouldn't be that gutsy to show you guys, but once I get through the prototype review next Monday, if the product is going to be a go, then
the next Tuesday when you come
next Tuesday, you may get to see that product. If I just don't want to, I'm not sure we're going to be able to do it. Again, it comes down to what I would like to do is probably more expensive than and people want to pay for that. So
sneak peek to a sneak peek.
This is a sneak peek. This is a sneak hint. A hint sneak hint. We need our own words. Hint sneak. Okay. Yes. So we're going to do the giveaway. So if you have not commented, you can't get in the giveaway. Remember that. I should have talked about that earlier. KBB Georgia Peach says, if you use command clamps, they have rubber grommets that will not scratch your cart.
She's talking about the clamps you can screw onto the bottom.
Okay, so command clamps. Maybe we could find a picture of that and put those up as well. But anyway, creating your own top is not convenient. I get that, but it's really not that hard, especially as you all know, my husband is super handy, so things like that are just in and out of his garage. He can bang that out for me pretty quickly. But when he's on the road, as he is now, I know some of you have commented about following him. He's a photographer, not professional, but just outdoor photography. I'll tell you a little story. I just got this post. He finds these amazing campsites. He's at 7,000 feet. He spent, I don't know how many hours he said he spent on a dirt road, 4-wheel drive to get to this peak to camp at the top. So he gets up there and is in his little camp spot with the dog. And all of a sudden up over the hill come literally hundreds of sheep, this huge flock of sheep. And behind them, a sheep herder on a quad with five dogs. 3 of the dogs are tired. They're on the quad with the sheep herder. And so he gets these amazing pictures and these amazing stories because he goes out into the world just looking for things. So anyway, he had a very nice conversation with the sheep herder. He said, what was this thing on his Instagram this morning? My Spanish isn't his English is better than my Spanish. But we had a glass of wine and he told me about all the cool stuff in the area. And so my husband now has a new friend now out in the middle of Nowheresville, Nevada. Anyway, if you like nature photography, he's Park Kitchings on Instagram. So you could see the sheep herd coming over the hill and where he's camped at tonight. And he's just an amateur just for fun. But anyway, okay, side. See, maybe that's what she was talking about. A little beach ball action there. Okay, so he's not home right now. That's what I was trying to say. If I needed something, I'd have to do it myself. So what I would do, even though I'm capable of using a saw, is I would go to Home Depot and I would get the guy at Home Depot to cut that shelving board for me right there in the store. So all I had to do was buy the clamps and screw them on. So for those of you who don't have a lot of Home Depot experience, they will cut those boards for you. You still have to pay for the whole board with the Melanie boards because that's how it is. But you can get your cuts done right there in the store, probably at Lowe's too. I just mean in the big box hardware stores have this giant saw thing in the back, and they will do your cuts for you, especially if you're like, I don't know how to do that, and then they will get it done. So if your husband's not handy, you don't have a husband, whoever, partner, whatever, or you just want to handle your own life all by yourself, get the guy at Home Depot to cut your wood. Okay, there's my tip. Okay, we got a drum roll for our big winner. of the Tote Tiffany gift card this week, Anita Gaffney. You are the big winner today. Anita, if you can reach out to prizes at crafterscompanion.com, they will hook you up with your gift card and you can use it to buy your new hang and hold system this week when they hit the website. So wrap up, hang and hold. If you missed it last week, you're going to learn all about it on Saturday during Craft House. You could also watch last week's Tuesday Live and get the sneak peek. It clamps onto almost anything. Super versatile. It's going to last a lifetime. It's really a high quality product. We just did a beautiful job. When I say we, I mean the team at Crafters Companion that does sourcing and product stuff did a beautiful job just really putting together an excellent quality product in the hang and hold. So if you already know that you want it, it will go live on Thursday or Friday on the website, and it will be at the same price that it is going to be during the Craft House show on Saturday. Again, if you are unfamiliar with Craft House, how to get there, what that means, it is a TV show that is aired, I guess it's simulcast because I do my show from here in Arizona. It's hosted by Joe Remblance in the UK. Super fun way to spend your Saturday afternoon. Even London is nodding. He's like, yeah, I love hanging out with Joe on Saturday. So join us back for that. You're going to learn all about the hang and hold. We're going to have a special deal on the vinyl roll organizer sets as well during that show, as well as some other tips, tricks, and special purchases during the show. So I think that's it. You all have given me, there's a lot of pink writing today on my notes from today's show. So I'm going to get busy trying to answer those questions for you. If you do venture out and create your own top for your cart, if you don't mind taking pictures of the packaging of the clamps or telling us where you got them or what size they are, anything you can do to help somebody else get theirs done, that would be amazing. I will also scout around the garage and see if Park still has the ones that I used originally. So they may be somewhere out there.
Somebody asked what Park's Instagram page is.
Oh, Park's Instagram, Park, P-A-R-K, and his last name is Kitchings, K-I-T-C-H-I-N-G-S. And he is just Park Kitchings on Instagram. So I will try to share his stuff there. And again, he's not a pro. Well, he is a pro. His images are amazing.
He takes excellent photographs. He just doesn't do it for money. That's what
right. Yeah, he doesn't do it for money. He just does it for joy. But he does do beautiful, and especially even if you don't love nature. I'll be totally honest with you. I mean, I like nature, but I would never really be interested in outdoor photography. It was never something. But his pictures are stunning. And for those of you who are, I'm done talking totally, Tiffany. This is just gossip now. Park, the reason his pictures, and he gets asked repeatedly everywhere we go when people know him, how does he take such great pictures? And the answer to that is he is incredibly, almost ridiculously patient. He has this picture of a moose that was down. He could see its horns. It was laying in the snow. And moose, that's what it was. And he put it snow. I'm not in on that right there. Puts up his tripod. He sees the moose and he wants the moose in this particular picture with a particular light, sets up his tripod, aims his camera and stands there literally for hours. He literally stood there waiting. Moose moved, click, got my picture, packed up his gear, and went. So he's got this incredible, not only does he have an amazing eye, but he has incredible patience. Even when we were together, I was not in the snow, we would do things like hike in Bryce Canyon or hike in Washington. He has an amazing picture of mountain goats, a mama mountain goat with a baby mountain goat kind of laying over this hot rock. And that was part of a hike that we were taking. I will literally lap him. Like he will find a spot and go, I'm going to sit here and wait for the perfect light and that animal to do whatever he wants it to do. And I will literally like double hike the trail going around and then try to scoop him back up on my next lap but he's He's incredibly patient. He takes amazing pictures. We had a desert tortoise in our backyard the other day, a baby one. It was only about this big. He took a really great picture of the desert tortoise. So he really, I don't know. Okay, I'm done ranting about how adorable and wonderful photographer my husband is. He's out roaming around in Nevada. If you see him in his pop-up camper, he's got a little Instagram icon that says like with his name on it. Honk and wave. He'll know you're with me. That's what always happens to him. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. It's great talking to you. I will see you next Tuesday with all kinds of information I'm going to have for you.